See these boys right here? These are the Menendez brothers.
Oh my God. Okay. Now, yep. Never mind. Yep. I
Yep.
remember reading about this after yada yada yada. But
Yeah, after the Netflix thing. Yeah,
yep.
I didn't need watching it. One of the dads from the old soccer team, he's like, "You have a Mark Jackson whatever card?" I'm like, "Why would a Mark Jackson card be
Yeah.
worth
Like,
any
who
money?"
the fuck is that?
He goes, "We'll find out and look for it." And I didn't have it, and then he told me this story about the Menendez brothers. I think that was the night that they did it,
I think you're
or
right.
right around the time. Could be. I don't know.
I feel as far as the content in the show, yeah, I think you're right. I think that was like part of their whole like blowing off steam thing, which is insane. But hey, to each their own, right?
Well, speaking of the Menendez brothers, I'd like to welcome everybody to the fan forum this week. We've got a special guest. We've got the man behind the music, the legend, the local friend of all, Mr. Robert LeSage, also known as Clegg Biederman. Hello, Robert.
'Tis I, Clegg Biederman. How are you all? Indeed, welcome. No, it's great to be here, and I'm super stoked about this. This is definitely, it's good to be on the cast. Definitely.
We just did about 5-10 minutes of warm-up, which most of it will make it into the episode, don't worry. Not a lot of this negative stuff I said about Hitch. We'll block all that out.
Yeah, we got to get rid of that. We got to.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
He actually couldn't be with us tonight. As you all know, again, you can bet on DraftKings. You can bet on whether Hitch will be here. He was on last week, which means he won't be on this week, or he won't be on next week, is my guess. If you're looking for the odds, that's my guess, if you want to win some big money. So this week, we're not really sure where he's at right now. So if anybody can take guesses, put it down in the comment section. I know he's not at a casino, and I know he's still in the United States of America, but that's all I know. So maybe more next week.
Maybe.
I don't know, Bob. You can take your guesses.
It's all mystery.
It is all a mystery with him. He's a man of mystery, and I think that's the way he likes it. I don't think he wants us to know, but I'm pretty sure he works for the CIA. It has to be.
It
has to be.
Some type of agency vibe.
Wizard.
And some
He's a wizard. Agency wizard.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, so welcome, man. So for most of you that don't know, or the 7 other listeners that don't know Bob is a longtime friend of Hitch and I don't know, we've known him since the 90s, once you compile it up. He is a local sports fan. I would say if I were to guess, Bob, you were more, if you're a premier, if you were to rank your teams, would it be like Red Wings, Tigers, A and B, 1 and 2? Or am I wrong?
I would say so, yeah. I'd say Tigers, 1 and 2. Tigers, Red Wings, 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Red Wings, Tigers, 1 and 2.
I mean, I know when it comes to like late 80s to like early 2000s, both Tigers and Red Wings, I'd say you're very knowledgeable on. That's like your forte.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'll go with that, yes.
Okay. Well, it's an interesting time for you to be on here because, we have both teams in an interesting situation. Red Wings are, and Hermdo and Hitch, I think did a really nice job, actually, with my lack of hockey knowledge, highlighting where they're at and where we want them to be. I kind of voice the, I don't know, Walmart Wolverine Red Wings fan of like, I'm fed up with Stevie Y. And they talked me off the ledge. So I'm curious to hear what you think about that. And then the Tigers, I know by that Lance Parrish poster that used to hang in your garage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I know you're a huge Tigers fan, and Bob and I in the early 2000s would watch like the ALCS, ALDS at my condo and drink. So what was it, Miller Lite?
Miller Lite. Oh, yeah, Miller Lite. High Life. Oh, yeah, there was a... Oh, yeah.
But do you remember the one where it was a series they were playing the Yankees, and you came over the night before, and we had beer, Hungry Howie's Pizza, whatever. And then the next game, I'm like, okay, only you can come over. We're drinking the same beer. Sorry, Herb, you weren't there the first game. You can't be here for game 2. And got like I was so superstitious with sports, man.
Oh yeah, so was I. But it just like, it catered to the whole reality of if it's working for you in the moment, then just keep going with that vibe, and that's what we were doing. Like that's
you're right. It was the vibe, and we were in our 20s, young, and like that's all we had going for us was like you get into arguments with people about rivalries. Like I could care less about if you want to argue about teams and stuff. Like I would get into it with about Michigan State, and spend half my day with a coworker arguing about the rivalry. And as fun as that was, I look back on it now. I'm like, that's kind of a waste of time. But now I do a podcast about sports, so I don't know. This is an even bigger waste of time.
No.
So what would you say right now if you were to pin it, where would you say your excitement is the most? For the Red Wings or for the Tigers?
Oh, definitely the Tigers right now for sure. I mean, the Red Wings, a lot of people will say this or that about Stevie Y and jump on that whole one way or the other option. But it's just like, listen, things take time. Hockey takes time. And understanding that, I will say, I could get into the weeds on that, but I'm going to say that the Tigers are probably my primary focus. One, like we grew up with that it was almost like a 10-year window of just waiting for the Tigers to finally win a World Series, right? Mr. Ilitch has a pocketbook. He's just dink, 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 and that's great. That's awesome to have an owner that wants to win, an owner who has the mentality of a fan. But at the same time, now we're watching the Tigers literally just build their product and put it out on the field. And like you said, every day is must watch and or whatever your forte may be, listen to baseball. And that's what it is. I mean, countless times within the last month, I'll just have the game on down here when I'm working. Luckily, I'm able to work from home all the time. But I'll just have the ticket on, and obviously we don't have both Jim Price and Dan Dickerson now. However, there's nothing like listening to that voice, as far as what's left of that duo on their call. But all of a sudden, you're sitting there just dialed into some meeting prep, and it's just like and it's just like, oh my God, didn't he just do that 2 minutes ago? And it's like, actually, he did that 3 times 4 minutes ago. And it's like, all right, okay, then we're back. And that's the thing. Like, I mean, the Red Wings, right? Like, I love hockey. That's what I grew up watching with my old man and everything. But still haven't seen a Tigers championship. Haven't seen that World Series, and that's what I would love to see. And, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, so you hit 2 things I want to talk about. Bob and I were born in 86. So the Bless You Boys in 84 was a very... It was such a raw, instant moment that was still kind of like echoing in the city of Detroit, right? My dad made me watch that series on VHS, and he's like, here, watch this. And I'm glad he did, right? Because it was an amazing baseball team.
Yep.
Same, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't see it. I felt it a little bit, but again, we didn't see it. And then going to Tiger Stadium as a kid in the late 80s, early 90s, it was still ringing a little bit of that team, but dude, what we were putting on the field was trash.
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
But you hit that part with the owners. Mike Ilitch was a very fan-driven owner. He made it clear to us what his plan was. And he also made it very clear with his pocketbook.
Yes, he did.
Chris Ilitch, I guess I have to give him some credit, or maybe it's just good luck, but we all thought he hated the Tigers. We all thought he was trying to just melt it down. That was just his dad's team. He could care less about it. But I don't know, man. Scott Harris looks like a freaking genius, and it doesn't look like a one-time Moneyball situation. This guy looks like he's methodically putting together something like Brad Holmes has done with the Lions. He looks like he's just got a playbook, and it is such a bulletproof playbook. And the key to it is sticking to the playbook. Don't get crazy with free agency. Don't get lured in with what local media wants you to do, which guys like Mike Ilitch, those are the owners that would literally listen to local media and say, they would get swayed, right?
Exactly.
Like Matt Millen would get swayed for the Lions at the draft, and you'd hear about how they had one player locked in, and it's like Matt Millen must have been listening to local radio on his way in because he walked in that door and said, wide receiver. Give me a wide receiver,
Absolutely.
right? Like
110%. And that's the thing. It's just like, and that's fine if you do that. And again, but realistically, at the end of the day, in a position of power, it's like, listen, there's what the people want, and then there's just what we have to do. So it's like, come together. And that's why I feel like we all hated fucking Matt Millen, because
Oh my
don't
God.
listen to Steve in Southgate, bro. No offense to Southgate, but, we can't trade Matt
Steve.
Stafford for Henrik Zetterberg, so let's not make that fucking move.
It's true. Like, we've never really hit the owner part on that side of,
Yeah.
You've got these owners that were giving us what we wanted, and it's the owners that give us what we need. And Brad Holmes and I guess Chris Ilitch right now, they knew what we need. We need a formula for long, sustainable, winning championship baseball, football, sports, right? And just like anything, it's like, okay, the first couple years, it's not going to be fun. You're just going to have to ride it out.
Exactly.
Right? And as long as there's that payoff, which we're seeing with the Tigers right now, we're at the All-Star break. It's the Home Run Derby tonight. Holy shit. Bob, you know what I just thought? Hitch is at the All-Star game.
Oh.
I think he is going to be a surprise guest in the Home Run Derby.
If he
So
is,
check it out.
I hope it is. I want that to be true, because that would be next level. And
He hits dingers.
yeah, no, for sure. But
But anyways, back to my rambling.
he hits stingers.
So, but yeah, no, it is the All-Star break, and the way that team looks is, it looks like a very well-prepared team. There isn't one guy on that team where it's like, it's got to be him, it's got to be him. Like, we all knew it was Miggy and Verlander's team forever, right?
Yeah.
If Verlander was on the mound and Miggy's hitting 3 or 4, we're golden.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got really nothing to worry about.
Exactly. The whole
That's not how this team is.
No, and it's awesome. It's
Isn't it?
awesome. It is. It's great. It's not like because when things are bought and paid for, you don't even realize it. But I realized it in hindsight, because now it's just like I started paying attention to the Tigers again. And it's like I'm not even actually like I'm paying attention to the game. I'm not paying attention to, all right, now so and so pitched last night, and then this is what's as far as starting in terms of who's hitting first, like, because you were so like, dude, look at this. It's just like a roster of just like superstars. And then like, okay, cool. What are our pitchers? Like, okay, cool. So that means for like, right, you could chart out the whole season and go, all right, cool. So if nobody gets hurt, theoretically, this is what's going to happen in terms of a pitching rotation. And this is how everybody's going to start. Now it's just like, dude, it's not like a bunch of all-stars.
Who's on first?
Yeah, exactly. It's just, you were so used to just being like, wow, dude, look at this on paper. This is insane. There's no way we're not going to win a World Series in the next 5 years. Guess what? Still haven't won a World Series since '84. All right. So
And
that's why this is exciting, That's why this.
It is, because someone eloquently
Nobody even
put it.
bet on us to make the postseason last year, and we got in.
I wouldn't have bet on us.
No, me neither. And all of a sudden, like, literally, I'm just having the flashback right now. Like, oh my God, this is happening right now. It's literally happening. And then it's just like, if anything else happens after this, irrelevant. This is great that we made
Well,
it.
we unfortunately proved this point of, in baseball, and actually in a lot of sports outside of basketball, the best roster doesn't win every year.
No.
That's just not how it works.
No.
Like in basketball, if you have the best roster, you will win. If you put together the best roster, you saw it with the Jordan era.
Yep, the sport is just built like that. Like
That's how it's built.
Yeah, you got 5
baseball-
dudes that if they don't get hurt, this is going to be great. And if you have a deep bench, even better. You're totally going to win. And now, yeah, but go ahead. Yeah, like you were saying,
Baseball and hockey are not like that.
No. It's.
I mean, I know the Florida Panthers are a good team in the hockey sense, but I don't think they're the unanimous best roster, right? Wouldn't you think anything with Connor McDavid would be anything fall down as he should be? When Sid the Kid got drafted, put Pittsburgh in the talk every year for
Oh my God!
the cup.
Holy marketing money! I don't even want to know what the NHL spent on marketing once, as far as the beginning of that era. But
Oh my
I
God, dude.
digress.
They've really missed the boat, man, on everything. Like, I think the NHL, is that Bettman who's still in charge of that?
He's still doing it.
God damn it, he's a reptilian, I'm telling you.
He probably is a reptilian. He has
Gary Bettman is a reptilian.
He has sterile vibes. He's very.
I don't like him one bit.
No, I've never been a fan of Gary Bettman, and it goes back to like the Wings, dude. Like not like. I think the 2009 series, he just wanted something new with the NHL and with that era. And with Sid the Kid, I get it, so I can't hate on it being a Red Wings fan and being a hockey fan too. And so I understand how you want to change the narrative, right? Like, we've had our fill of the Red Wings for the last decade. Got it. We need something new, you know? But at the same time, I don't know why you would want to. I don't know. Maybe the NFL.
You're right. He hates Detroit.
Yeah, like why? Like, I mean, like you're, you know, it's the NFL. You're Raj, and you have the Patriots, but fuck the Patriots. I want somebody else to take the mantle. Like, yeah, but why? Why fuck up the business plan? But I get it, right? So for the first time, and I think Trombley even called this out, and also Herb too. But I think it was the first time in like 50 years. I don't know. I got to check the facts on that. But it was something ridiculous where, like, right, we're used to this. It's the postseason. You have a game one day. You have a break. You have a game the next day. You have a break, so on and so forth, right? So between Game 6 and Game 7 of the 2009 Stanley Cup Finals, the Pittsburgh Penguins were just so luckily blessed with an extra day off between Game 6 and Game 7. So that one drove me crazy. And I still remember watching Game 7 at Bowles' house with you, Mikowski, and a few other people, and I just vividly remember watching the Wings just slowly just do this, and then just being like, wow, 10 years later we could have recreated the back-to-back cup thing. Not exactly 10 years later, maybe removed by a year or two, but you know what I'm saying. But it was just like, I'm rambling now, but you know.
No, you're not. You're bringing up a great point because
me. I remember
I had Hermdo on,
dude, the Wings,
and I told him, I said, listen, all these games, all these leagues are rigged. I get it. They're all scripted. But the NHL, their scriptwriters are terrible because they're missing out on this Stevie Y back to Detroit story. I feel like if Gretzky came back to coach, I feel like if Lemieux came back to coach their team, if anybody came back to coach their team, right, like that was the captain in the sea, they lean into it. I mean, be a GM.
I agree
you know what
with
I mean?
No,
I just feel like they missed the ball on that, and it's like their Illuminati, the NHL's, is really fucked up and behind the ball because at least like the NFL entertains us. Like, that's good product. I'm sorry.
Great product. Great product. In 2005, like when me and Hitch were hanging out at, Scarcella HQ, I'm reliving the walkthrough of that beautiful old farm home when we were 18.
I love that house.
I know, right? Like, but the Grateful Dead poster going down.
You know, it's not far from where I currently live, too. I still pass it, and I just look at it, and I want to pull in the driveway and just hang out.
I know. I did that randomly the other day when I was coming home from work as far as my in-office day, and I was like, look at that old broad. She's old, pretty. And then I thought about all the, but anyways, that's for another time. However,
all the updates.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, a good memory from that house, though, is I still remember watching, I don't know, is this a good segue? Fuck it, let's just do it.
Yeah,
let's run with
it. It's a huge segue, because I'm about to tell some stories.
Great segue, too. One for football, one for Hitch, the other host of this podcast, this marvelous podcast, is the first ever NFL draft I ever watched in my life was the 2005 NFL draft at that house with you, Jim Bell, who else? Ronnie, Old Boney, and then the rest of the boys, Brett, and...
I was going to say, I would assume Brett was there.
Yeah, Brett, and Landis.
Might have been a Dolan, too, maybe. No, Dolan. No,
Dolan
I
was thinking
there.
of Landis, actually. I wanted to say Dolan, so that's funny that you said that, but
Landis is right around the corner, too.
But I still remember sitting in the back, taking that screen porch picture with eating a Little Caesars and all that. But anyways, I still remember watching on Hitch. Hitch had a tube TV that he brought down or up from the basement, and he put it in the
Hold on, he didn't do it. He had someone else do it. Let's put it that way. He didn't physically do it, but he gave the direct order.
Of a mother and/or Johnny.
Yeah.
Who were both
he
going
had
to
Mayor
school
do it
together at that time, which I thought was awesome. But I remember Hitch made his epic chili, which I ate way too much of, and I got the shits. And
Bone says I wouldn't feed that to my cat. His chili's gotten a lot better. I mean, we kid in high school. He would put literally everything in it, but now it's good chili. Now it's just more of a funny joke.
Yeah, no, for sure. But no, that was definitely a good memory. And many sleepovers after that.
Oh, dude, you know, I try to tell people the the Scarcella household was more than a house. Like it was
It's like a home.
you were on
You know,
you were like in an estate that you felt protected. That you felt like everything was good. Like it didn't matter what time of the day the world was on. Like their house worked on a different clock and it made sense.
I just remember looking at his dad all the time being like, how'd you get so good at the guitar? Why are you such a genius?
He'd walk in the back door and he's just sitting right there,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, is John watching a movie? Hitch is clearly probably in the basement. Does he have pants on? Probably not.
Hitch, can we
That
play ping
was
pong?
such a fun house. Yeah, such a fun house to fucking hang out
Absolutely.
in. And it was, for those of you who don't know, it was Hitch's house growing up in high school. It was like an old farmhouse. It was real cool. Good old times. So listen, let's not overlook, though, your nostalgic love for 90s era Red Wings hockey. Like, I don't even want to overlook this, because I think if there's ever a house I've ever walked into that, well, before your parents moved, that was still stuck in Hockey Town,
Oh, yeah.
it was fucking your basement,
Oh, yeah.
dude. Between your basement and then Swanee's parents' basement, but they had all the
Oh.
jerseys, but your shit was like everything, right? John still had the jacket.
Absolutely. Like, right? So, like, you could, that was beautiful. That was great. Because it's almost like class warfare, like, right? Like, Swanee's parents owned a business. So, like, everything in his basement was just like an autographed piece of memorabilia. And yeah, my parents had that too, but, like, you know how my mom is. She's like, listen, this is going to be the Steve Yzerman wall. This is going to be the Sergei Fedorov wall. And there was literally just like a wall with Russian 5 shit all over it. Like, when my parents moved out of that house, I just gave everything away to, like, you, Phil Lavati, a bunch of different people. And then I still was left over with things, and I'm like, well, I can't just, like, throw it away. So, and I still have some here in the other room. Like, I actually have the Hockey Town sign. But yes.
You should hang it back up, because when we first started this podcast, I had that Russian 5 thing in my background, and now it's back in my little I have like a man cave like, bathroom.
It makes the right.
But dude, that thing is classic.
It's right. It's one of those things where it's like, dude, this probably costs like 2 cents to make, but like I can't just throw it away. I could, because right, like you go to school, well, I'll just rebuy it on eBay, and it's just like, no, you can't rebuy this on eBay, and if you do, it's probably gonna be $500, and you go, holy shit, that's like $600. That's insane. Who's gonna?
Someone needs to.
Fucking Stalingrad is gonna buy that.
That's the thing. I've got those Red Wings pucks that. Where was that from? Burger King?
Oh,
or
Burger
McDonald's?
King. Yes, sir. You
Burger
are correct.
King. And then the Free Press too.
Dude, those were legit
the news in the Free Press
too for its time. Like, right? Like, you could buy this from Burger King in the 90s, and it's like, yeah, it was the 90s.
Yeah, and my grandparents would go to Burger King, the one in Harper, every single day, and have their club that they met with, their coffee club, right? Just like a table full of old people having their coffee. Vern and what were some of their names? Vern.
A time
and
long past. I love this.
And we would, when I was little, we'd go hang out there with them and eat breakfast and stuff. But my grandparents were there so much; they knew the people. And anytime they got that shit, my grandma was gangster as hell. She'd fucking be like, "Hey, fill this box up. He needs 12 of those, 10 of these, 16 of these." Dude,
no, I'm only
Grandma and
laughing
Papa always hooked it up.
I had an aunt that was like that too, an older aunt who did the same thing, right? Like, listen, I got to get this for Mark, right? Like, check it out. Fill that shit up right now.
Yeah, I want every one. I mean, and it worked because
you knew they had a back
she did the same thing with the Free Press cutouts. I have all of them still manicured.
Dude, you still have those?
A stack of them.
Incredible.
Because she kept them all for me.
Incredible.
And that's how I met frickin' Lindsay Hunter. I mean, I won that backyard barbecue.
I forgot about that. That's right. He came to your house. I totally forgot about that. That's epic, man.
Yeah, local Piston.
That is literally epic. And it's not just, like, dude, Lindsay Hunter wasn't just, like, Jeff from down the street who went to Michigan State and played for the Pistons for a minute. Like, he was a pretty
Especially in the mid-'90s, he's all they had.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
Him and Grant Hill. But that was it.
Right? Like, Jerry Stackhouse wasn't... Where was Jerry Stackhouse, actually, in that...
Stackhouse might have been on that team
or when he was there,
or
I don't know. That was like right in, God,
98.
I still can't believe that happened to you. That's
98.
insane. You might as well just
dude.
Barry Sanders showing up at your house at that point in time.
Oh, I would have lost my fucking
obviously,
mind.
but you know what I mean. You're that young. It's just like like Steve Yzerman, Barry Sanders, Lindsay Hunter.
Well, and we didn't know who it was going to be. They said you're going to have a surprise local sports celebrity or guest or whatever, and there were like 3 other backyard barbecues, and Channel 7 came and
That's
they did
so
the
sick.
like periodic the whole weather stuff from my backyard, and broadcast it, and they had a barbecue.
Ever?
And Lindsay Hunter shows up, and it was cool. Yeah, it was still so weird, and I look at pictures of it all the time, and I'm like, God, that
really
happened.
happened. That was something.
Yeah, but that was my grandma. She would go to Myers, Bob, and those.
She just dropped the tickets in there. Every day you could enter.
No, she would take the whole thing home and fill all of them out, and go back and just go gunk.
That's awesome. That's baller. That's gangster, actually. Dude.
Told you.
Okay, yeah.
Stack the deck, baby.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Her and Angelo would have got along real well.
Absolutely. 110%. 110%.
His goofy ass. No, that's Jesus. The nostalgia of the Red Wings took us all the way there.
And I love that.
So how does this work with you? In a house full of women, how do you get a chance to watch sports? Because Bob has how old is Charlotte?
Charlotte turns 6 tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay, well, happy
Charlotte
early
turns
birthday
6
to
years
Charlotte.
old, man.
Wow, that's wild.
That is
dude.
wild.
So she's like there, obviously. Does she watch sports with you? Is she like a...
So, right, obviously, work takes precedent with certain hobbies as far as what's important and what's not. As you get older and you have kids, preaching to the chorus here, to everybody else listening to this, for the most part. But anyways, I mean, at first, like when Charlotte started to cognitively come there, like within the last 2 years, It was like hockey. She would call every sport hockey. And then slowly, it's just like things are happening at work, so I'm spending more time doing that, not watching hockey as much, so naturally. 1 second is like 5 years at this age, and so really, I started to listen to, she knows what the Lions are, right? Like naturally, just being a product of this, demographic as far as where we live in this country, and the kids she goes to school with, just finishing preschool for 2 years. Yeah, the Lions, football.
Yeah.
Right? It was like when my mom used to tell me that the Lakers stink at 5 years old. But I'm like, I don't know what that means. I just know that the Pistons are what's up. It's 89, it's 90 for sure. So Charlotte definitely knows what the Lions are. But now I've started to listen to the Tigers a lot more, and she gets it. Like, I can tell she gets it.
Okay.
Like, I'll put like a Tigers game on the radio, my favorite way to listen or view a game. And I agree. She's zoned. She's just like, I feel like it kind of brings her some peace to me, or like it does to me. You know what I mean? Just yeah, that's nice. She'll just sit there and zone out and play on her sidekick and just listen to the boys of summer. But as far as basketball, no clue. As far as, I mean, who really knows what's going on up there? But yeah, man, that's a interesting. I was going to ask you. Okay, so what's the impression of the Lions? Because obviously you and I grew up in a time where, I mean, yeah, we had Barry Sanders, but the Lions were not the bread and butter. They weren't the sweethearts. Exactly. Go ahead. And
it only got worse for us as the year. My dad would be like, I don't know why you watch those losers. I don't know why you watch those losers, right? So it's like, but to me, that was my team of like, I'm going to stand behind that team.
I remember, yeah. Absolutely, I remember.
So I look at Charlotte and I look at Jason and his buddies, and I'm like, yeah, you guys never lived. You don't understand how important this is. Like, you get it. You're loving the vibe and everything, but like, you didn't have the years of suffrage that we did as Lions fans.
I'm reliving it right now as you talk. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right? It's like, PTSD. It's SOL PTSD, dude.
Like, oh cool, dude. I can't wait to watch Jason Hansen come and try and save the day in the last quarter of the game. Like, you would literally do those things on a side note as a Lions fan in our 20s. Like, I remember I did that. Like, I think it was my second to last year at Wayne State, and I was just like, I'm not going to watch any games this year. One, because I really need to buckle down and get my shit together so I can... And then two, it was just like, this will be a fun social experiment as a Lions fan. So I remember that season. It was the 2010 season, I think it was. And I would watch the first quarter of every game, and then I wouldn't turn the game on until sometimes I would turn it on at the start of the second half because I just couldn't help myself, as we do. is we cannot, as Lions fans.
It was like a sickness
Yeah,
that you were trying to get rid of.
But then I got it down. It's like, I'm not going to turn it on until it's at least the start of the fourth quarter. And then you would turn it on, and then they would have the lead if they hadn't already blown it. And then you would just, if you had turned it on, it was a slow just degradation of just a foundation of winning that was built for that one game. That
and then you turn that local radio on all week, and then you have to hear about it.
Hate everything.
Yeah. I remember Dolan was famous. He's like, listen, if they lose, I go on a no sports talk ban for like 2 days, where he just will not turn on anything to do with sports. I mean,
I get it, right? You don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear the Lions get bashed in the face because you just took whatever you had for the rest of the week and the start of the week, and you put it into that Sunday and or Monday game, and it's just like,
got all excited.
Sweet. Cool. Again.
Brought your stupid football jersey on that you paid for, or that stupid jersey tee that everybody makes fun of you for wearing because they suck, and you're just like, ugh. But no, I mean, it's a whole different team now, man, and I find myself not even having, it's weird. They're all different conversations where I'm like, are Hitch and I just like way too positive about the Lions? And then I just feel what's going on out in everybody else's same thing, positive, right? I mean, obviously there are things you want to get better on, but like the narrative on this fucking team is just so concrete, right? It's not a flash in the pan narrative. It wasn't a Ben Johnson trick play narrative. It's just a culture narrative. It's a rebirth, and it's a, I don't know, man. I don't want to, again, get too slappy on me, but it's...
I agree with you.
It's tough when you start watching Dan Campbell give you... Like, you start to see last season, right? And it was the game they were tied with Green Bay, and they had 1 minute and 42 seconds left. Jared Goff gets the go-ahead. All right, just go get a first down, and we'll run the clock down. It came down to, should we go for it on fourth, right? And Jared Goff... I never really truly got this until now. He walks over to the sideline, and he goes up to Dan Campbell, and he goes, we going for it? And Dan Campbell's like, yeah, hold on. And you could tell he's on the headset, and he's like, going for it? And Jared Goff just keeps saying it. We going for it? We're going for it? We're going for it? And Dan Campbell gets the call back down, and he's like, no. He's like, we're going to go kick a field goal. And Jared Goff just kind of like stands there. They throw it back to Dan, and he's like, this is part of it. He's like, I really feed off of him and his desire and his energy, and he's like, but I'll trust it to him. And then you hear Dan look at him and goes, fuck it, we're going for it. And Jared just like runs off, and it worked. Like, it's like, okay, this isn't just Dan Campbell making these gutsy calls. This is him having his whole team going, coach, we want to go for it. All right, guys, I trust you.
He's listening.
Like, that just goes so far.
Absolutely.
In sports and work, in life, and it goes overlooked because shitty-ass programs like ESPN, they're not going to get ad revenue for that.
No, they're not. They're exactly, right? It's just like the bottom line, this and that, but it's just like eventually, if the Lions are putting the money where the mouth is, which they clearly have at this point, and obviously this isn't in hindsight comment, then fuck you, ESPN. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like dude, the writing's on the wall now. Like, am I all in with the Lions? At this point, I have no reason not to be. But like, as far as
why not?
approach with Dan Campbell was always just like, listen, dude, the man is passionate. Like, if you have half a brain and any level of critical thinking, just don't even pay attention to the first season. Like, he just showed up here. Like, it's not a one-for-one switch. He's being blessed with, like, the keys to the kingdom. Like, dude, just let him figure it out.
Well, shit, look at that first season. And I know what you mean, though,
Yeah.
but, like, it got me thinking when you said that. Like, maybe that's the time where you really started to see, like, him getting tested. Right?
Oh, yeah.
He was fucking crying in press conferences because he came in so hard, and then it's like, okay, well, this shit, he's going to test you, and this league is going to test you as a coach for the Lions, and he just pushed through everything.
And I really feel like
it's unreal.
At one point, he probably realized, like, dude, this fucking franchise has been trashed for so long, and at this point, it's like, all right, let's stop paying attention to the this and the that and the who's saying what and just do my thing, baby. And I really feel like he did
exactly.
that. Like, look, dude, the Lions went to a conference championship game in January, what was it, 2023? Like, that's insane. If you would have ever have told me that, like, just even if I were to read that on paper as a typical Detroit sports fan, it would just be like,
You'd have thought
is that from the
aliens
future?
had
Is that a
landed.
lie? That's not real.
Yeah, you'd have thought
Yeah,
the aliens
like,
had
I
landed
still
by
remember
now.
right before the start of that game with San Francisco, it was just like, hey, dude, if nothing happens, then don't be upset. This is amazing. We got out of the first round and won a playoff game. There's like, you know, but like you and Hitch were saying too, and then, you know, we won 15-2 last year. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Insane. That's insane.
That-
we're a part of the club, dude. We got a seat at the table finally. And to see that
Yes.
finally now is insane because, like you said, dude, oh my God, there was nothing worse than getting to be 18 years old and it's like, yeah, man, let's go have some beers and hang out with our friends. And then you get to 21, it's like, let's go to the bar and have some beers with our friends. And this is like the same result every week.
Over
Maybe they win
and
the
over
first
and over.
6 to 8 games of the season, but then they're going to lose the rest of them. And then we're just... You get,
Oh, it's
you get what I'm
trash,
saying,
dude.
Like,
And,
it's,
yeah,
this is
and
like-
every year.
This is a dream, dude. The Tigers are good again without like a bought team. The Lions are in. What is that? That's a unicorn flying through space on like a fucking giant cat in a hamburger. I don't even know what that is. Like, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying that. But yeah, I know the Lions are going to go 15-2 again. If they did, that would be insane. Just,
It won't happen.
no,
I don't want it
probability
to
doesn't
happen.
call for that, right? But like,
No way. That's not how football works, man.
No, but-
like football, still you can have the best roster on paper and not win because you've got injuries, you've got this, you've got that. That's not how I want football. I really like the way the Kansas City Chiefs have become a team where like they're like okay with winning 9 or 10 games.
I know, doesn't it feel
not
good, though?
having to like be the
Yeah.
sweetheart of the regular season. Like
Bastards.
I don't want to be the regular season story. I don't.
No.
Like it seems like if you're
No.
gonna get that regular season story, that just means in the next 2 years you got a chance to be legit.
And that's true.
So give this regular season story that we had last year to I don't fucking know, just not us, man, and nobody in the division because I don't want to hear about Minnesota being good. I think with J.J. McCarthy at the helm, they have the potential, and I do think they have got a very strong roster, which scares me. But fuck Green Bay, dude. I'll say that up and down. They're going to be an annoying team. They're not going to be like a dominant Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers team.
No.
They're always going to be the midway through the season, should we doubt Jordan Love, and then he saves them towards the end and they love him. We just see that's how they're going to be.
Dude.
And fuck the Bears, dude. And I'm not saying this because we had Ben Johnson was our offensive coordinator, but the organization is trash. Their GM is trash. Their drafting is trash. They bought every aged old offensive lineman, and they think that they're going to just immaculately fix things with Caleb Williams,
it works.
who's got a very strong arm. I don't know. There's one team I'm not worried about. It's the Bears, and I hope that doesn't come to bite me, but that's just the way I feel.
No, I agree with you. Whenever I think of the Bears, I just think of Brian Urlacher and Lavati.
Oh,
Anyway.
which Lavati, Mike?
Yeah.
Why did he claim to like Brian Urlacher?
Oh, dude, it was the 2006 Super Bowl. I think was it the Bears versus the Colts. Is that who it was? And then Lavati got.
He was
You
just-
were there. Lavati
so-
got like.
so someone
skinny
told
little
him-
Caesars.
Someone told him to like that, and that's what he did.
No,
that
dude,
was
Brian
the cool thing to do.
Urlacher. Brian Urlacher.
Oh my
Taking a
God,
shot at you, Michael. Welcome home.
Jesus
Steve.
Christ! your favorite middle linebacker.
Your
I'm sure
favorite.
Brian Urlacher.
I'm fueling Mike, or I'm fueling Mark, and he doesn't even realize it.
That's crazy.
But
I want him. He knows nothing about Brian Urlacher or football.
I want to challenge him on that because I agree with you, Lavati.
He did come on here, though. I'll give him credit. He put on the Lions hoodie. Although, I didn't really tell him what it was. I sent him a link one day, and I said, click on this.
Tacos.
And he clicked on it, and it was me on the podcast, and I hit record. That's pretty much what it was. So I didn't really know we were doing that. I'm like, yeah, it's
this
easier.
is happening, guys.
It's easier just to do it that way. I know he gets a kick
I'm
out of it
supposed
when
to
we
smoke a
talk
joint, go on
about
a walk with Brandy, guys.
it. Well, he'll be in town this weekend.
It's gonna be a shindig.
I've got a graduation party on your old street at 4 o'clock.
Ooh.
And Jason's got a basketball tournament in the morning in Dearborn. That's about it.
I heard Bronny James is trying to look for his rights, Jason's rights, his signing rights. Is that true?
That's where Hitch is at right now. I forgot. Hitch is the agent for Bronny James,
I knew it.
which explains why
Weird.
he's not having a great career in the NBA so
guess
far.
So, and I mean, I guess I can.
It's so weird. Hitch went from like working with the public to repping athletes. It's very strange.
Hitch.
I tell you what, dude, that guy's always up to something. Did you know he won a bass tournament 3 weeks ago too?
Hitch won a bass tournament?
He won a
That's
bass
one of
tournament.
those things that makes me feel personally emasculated as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Not because that he achieved something. I'm very excited for him, but I mean, like, what am I doing? If
He's a bass master too.
Hitch is a bass master. Okay.
He's a bass master.
Gotta do something else besides just working all the time, I guess. Holy shit.
I'll tell you what, man. Like I said, he's the all-wise one. He's the podfather. He's
True.
pretty much the reason why we do this.
He's,
and I do really think, though, if we can get on this week for a live episode, I think I could get him on for a little bit. How'd you like coming on here?
I'd love it. This is fun. Let me know whenever you need some filler time, and we'll come up with a
telling you,
narrative
man.
and talk about tacos, or I don't know, loose equestrian war in Ukraine. I got nothing.
Nah, we could do the Ukraine stuff, but you know me, I'm way more into this, like, anti-gravitic space stuff
Who
right
says
now.
you're
I
wrong?
think that's just wild. Oh, shit. Tell me I'm wrong.
Tell you you're wrong.
Give me 20 minutes, Trombley.
All right.
I know he listens, by the way.
I know. Oh yeah. Algorithm.
Then I make him mad and he unsubscribes, and then I make him happy and he subscribes again. I know it. Prove me wrong, Alex.
You can look up everything with YouTube analytics, my friend. Everything.
Yeah.
Indeed.
The analytics is pretty crazy. Actually, that's something I need to bring up and mention. So we've got currently right now, I just had Ray at the gas station subscribe. So we're up to 129 subscribers. Now, I know people don't truly understand this, and I didn't either until we started doing this, but how many subscribers you have basically dictates where YouTube puts you.
Yeah.
So if you've got a lot of subscribers, it puts you kind of in everybody's algorithm. When we're sitting there at like $1.29, it kind of keeps us in the low game, right? We're just hanging out. We're like sub-basement. We're just like, we're down with the reptilians.
Yeah, you're
man.
putting down
I want to
mixtapes,
be up there.
basically.
Exactly. This is some shitty thing we do on cassette tapes.
4-track.
But we put all this work into it now. So the analytics tell me, seriously, that there are so many people that listen to you, yet they're not subscribed. So I have to figure out, is everybody just stupid and they don't know how to hit the button? I don't know. I've had to literally have 129 people just go, hey, hit the button right now and subscribe.
Do it. I can relate to this
So-
because people used to listen to me in my previous life as a musician, and I would just be like, listen, bro, just fucking like the shit already. Like
Yeah,
the
just like it.
podcast. Like it.
Like it. Exactly.
All those other Detroit podcasts are liars, and they just eat cheese all day.
They do. They're cheese-eating liars, and I can prove it.
Petulance.
And all their fans are just bots. They're all
It's
just
true.
bots.
It's true. I
bots,
looked it up,
bots.
Mark. I actually looked it up. We're not going to say the name of this podcast. Say the
Yeah.
3 letters, what we want. But
Yeah.
I even went to look up their YouTube channel. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all just bought
It
paid
is.
for listeners and numbers, which is easy.
Well, and that's another thing I was going to get to. I could pay tons of ad revenue
Yeah.
and tons of money to boost my posts and have this filler shit in, and I'm not going to
Nope.
do that because it's stupid.
No.
So, there's no ads. We don't want to make a dime off this thing. We just want a lot of people to listen and have fun.
Exactly.
So,
The passion.
if you're listening to this right now, or if this is chopped up as a short and I've sent it to you, just hit the goddamn subscribe
Fucking
button
do it.
on Spotify or on YouTube. And even when you see it, just hit the share button. If you see me post it on Facebook, just share it. You don't have to listen to it. I don't care. If you don't like sports, don't listen to it. But if you want to support, I don't need your money. I just need you to hit a button. Everyone else is out there asking you for money. I don't need your money. Keep it. Unless it's bricks of gold.
Bricks of
I shall
gold.
take bricks of gold.
Bricks of gold. I'm coming for you, Ron
But seriously.
Bonaventura.
Oh, his ass better be subscribed to this. I don't even know if Hitch is subscribed to this, to be honest
Good
with
call,
you.
actually. Hey, dude, are you subscribed to your own podcast? No, that's,
You know, the only way I think he watches this is I think Bone records this on a VHS and then
This is gonna get
and
cut.
then
Oh,
mails
dude.
it to him.
Mark's hitting his
and then
skull
Hitch
just fucking
plays
fried right now.
He plays it on his tube
No,
TV.
no. Bone records it on his iPhone, and then he downloaded an app on his iPhone that like pulls it lo-fi mode, and then Hitch's ocular ducts can process it properly.
And I pay for all the 4K stuff, and he's watching it in like 28
1985
grit. Yeah, 28.
He's watching
grit.
on a Betamaster.
He's
whatever
literally
it's called.
got a TV repairman coming up.
Herb just reads it to him in a
week.
nursing home in a wheelchair.
Herb is his TV repairman.
Hitch watches it on a speak and spell. It's starting to derail.
No, this is what I wanted. Don't stop. That's the thing I tell Hitch. I'm like, when he goes off on his rants, I go, that's what the world wants, dude. They want to hear
Hitch hooks
you
up
on your
a
rants.
talk boy without batteries in it. That's what he uses for the microphone for this.
I thought about, no joke, making a poster of Hitch with a talk boy in it. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Oh, God.
But his rants,
Right now.
last week during the live, dude, the shit he was saying had me laughing. I was crying after the podcast.
It's just
like, it was gold. It was gold, man. See, this is what I want to get him on, and this is what I want. I want him to just magically pop on and be like, hey, I just figured out how to work the button. What's up?
Hitch is fucking watching like I got nothing. I got nothing.
It's just the next stuff that comes out, I gotta edit because I know we're gonna start using words that aren't right for the
Jake
for the
Plummer
viewers.
looks like a yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly. See, it's gonna get real Rayum up here in a
Oh
second.
God, the 12 hours of being awake is starting to show itself.
God, is that how long you've been up? I'm just glad we don't have basketball practice tonight. or
Oh,
anything.
dude,
We
that's
get to
right.
enjoy
I
our
forgot. You got to
evening.
go do like post 6-year-old things after this, and you know.
Yeah, which now that he's about to be 14 and he's got that e-bike, it's a lot of it is him taking off, and we're just like, God, I hope he's okay. You know what I mean?
They
It's,
started
like,
firing
different.
the
It's weird.
e-bikes back up down the street, and I was like, all right, man, let's party.
Oh yeah, I flew down your street last night at like 40. These kids were waving at me.
Oh yeah,
So assuming those were the kids from the incident.
those were the kids from the incident, and then some.
I
They
figured.
seek me
and
out now. I don't know why. They're just like, hey man, what's going on? And I'm just like, hey.
He was trying to wave me down to get me to stop.
What's up, bro?
Jason was up at Greenwood playing basketball, and he had his bike up there, so I ran up there and jumped on it like an idiot and stole it. And I'm trying to max this thing out, and I cut across the road, and so I flew down your street because I know it's super long with no cut down, and I'm just thinking to myself, oh, great, I'm about to cause chaos on Robert Street.
I thought that was.
It was
I
me.
thought that was Speedboats. That's the guy we call down our street. Oh my
Speedboats?
God, that was you. Yeah, we call him Speedboats.
I love that. Speedboats. Yeah, if it was at like
it's a red bike, right?
4:30, or yeah,
All
black.
right, I'm gonna
it's
send you a
black and
picture because I
orange.
took a picture of it and I sent it to Gina. I go, dude, look, Speedboats has got his bike out, and it turns out it was you. And I'm having
Oh
a
my
flashback
God.
to Dave's old bike at Rodney Bowles' house.
I have that too.
Just right.
That thing works great, dude. Starts up on a
Bowles
dime.
with the life jacket on, just.
Jesus Christ. I really feel bad for his neighbors. I really do. Like Dave's neighbors and Brian's neighbors. So for anyone listening, two of our friends that we had, I don't want to say they were party houses, but they were more like chaos houses.
There you go.
Like they had a ton of people over. It involved partying, but it wasn't like, hey, let's throw a party. It was like just, oh
That's
shit, let's
evolved
throw a
into-
transmission off the. Yeah, it was just
You know
weird
what it was?
shit.
It was like fuck, Peter Pan and the Lost Boys on meth. That's basically.
oh, there, yeah, it was. It was the Lost Boys on
Dolan
meth.
falls
Exactly.
off a garage, breaks his arm
Oh,
open,
Jesus
and bleeds
Christ,
everywhere.
I forgot about that. He slid
I
his
wasn't there.
hand wide open.
I just had my own version in my head of what that was like from Herb's story.
I was there. It was so to set the scene. We are at our friend's house, and Sean just came from a Lions preseason game
That's right,
he was a season ticket holder at the time. So it's a sports story. So we're at the Lions preseason. Or he comes back from the game, and he's pretty shit wasted. Like we're in our 20s, right? So it's not uncommon.
It's like 25. We're 25, 26.
And sitting in Brian's backyard around a table, there is his truck. So it's an old F-150 or F-250 white truck,
Beautiful.
pulled up, and then here's your garage with the basketball net. And we kept getting up on the truck and then jumping up onto the roof. And everyone was just sitting up there because, like you said,
It was fun.
Lost Boys on
It was
meth.
a good. It was a
Who
good
the fuck
vibe.
cares?
It felt like you were up north in the woods, as far as all
Yeah.
the trees wrapped around the garage. And then but if you're
Yeah.
drinking, not a good idea.
Don't do it. So I remember we got off and sitting there, and I got a perfect view. Sean's like, I'm going to do it. And it's like that little kid who's like,
I can
"Oh,
hear
don't
the
do this."
tone of his voice.
Gets up on the truck, puts his hands up on the roof, and just doesn't do much other than fall.
T-Rex hands.
Well, it's because he spilt beer on the truck hood.
Ooh, that's how.
So yeah, you might want to clean that up. Brian's like, that's fine. Then there was a busted bottle that I think Sean dropped. He dropped the
It
beer.
was almost like a staged, like.
Yeah, he had the bottle of beer in his hand, and he dropped it, and he slipped on his own beer and fell on his own bottle off the truck, trying to get on the roof, put his hand out. I mean, it was bad,
It's
dude.
not funny.
And thank God Andrea was sober,
Yeah.
because that would have been an ambulance ride for sure.
Definitely.
And she took him to the hospital,
Yeah.
and he had, it was in his hand. And then the guy that sewed him up was like I don't know, a practice nurse, whatever. It got infected.
Got infected.
That's his own fault, man. That's the way I see that shit. That's the way I see that shit. So, sucks, but yeah. I did the same thing with glass right here at Rodney's going away party for the Navy.
That's
Mike Winarski. It was an accident, and yeah. What are you going to do?
bad news right here.
Oh, yeah, super bad news. Oh, my God. The blood drains out of you quick.
I love that you're wearing the
Especially when you're
Maserati Rick
drinking.
shirt, dude. I just realized.
Oh, yes.
Just realized what was happening.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out what to do with these shirts. I got a couple softball jerseys, and I'm like, I'll wear them for the podcast. So
Yeah.
we had a softball team that was named the Maserati Ricks. And for all you that don't know, Maserati Rick is actually a very famous drug dealer from Detroit in the 80s and 90s. We didn't know him at all. I gotta bring this
Oh,
up.
you have to.
Oh, I have to. So, his funeral, he obviously got killed, and his casket was a Mercedes-Benz. Oh my God! All right, let me bring this
I just want
Maserati.
to know, like, how quality
Still can't
made
believe.
it was.
Still can't believe we did
I'm
this.
sure it was probably made quality. Yeah.
Okay, so that was his. That's it right there.
Maserati.
You can buy the picture apparently. So that's the casket on gold rims, and it had, I think, the front of it had a Mercedes emblem on it.
It totally had to have. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Look at that.
you can see it right here.
Maserati Rick.
That's crazy. Maserati Rick. So, I don't know how this works, but I believe you're the one that came up with this for Nick Lavati. So Bob is, I would have to say, is the best at giving people names. And not even names that make sense. And not even names that that you even think about, but it's just you instantly rename people. Like you literally have renamed people. Herb, Clark, Tricks Karate, Rick Navati.
Rick's Karate is all Herb. I got to give that one to Herb. That's all Herb.
Okay, Herb was Tricks Karate. That was a good one too. But Maserati Rick, maybe it was that Herb. I don't even know. But Herb's pretty good at it too. So either way, somehow he went from Nick Lavati to Rick Navati. Then it was Maserati Rick, and we were trying to come up with a softball team name, and Nick's on it. And I don't know who. I don't know. Maybe it was me. But we're like, we'll call ourselves the Maserati Ricks. And at the time, it seemed like the best idea that everybody was going to be like, oh, that's great. And everyone's like, what the fuck are a Maserati Rick?
He's a prolific.
Because we're playing a bunch of white kids, softball players who could care less about 90s hip-hop drug culture from Detroit or Nick Levati. And they're like, what? What's a Maserati
That's one
Rick?
of those things.
And why does it say Mister? Everyone always be like, why does it say Mister?
That's like that's like a precursor to like who a group of friends is and like what their mentality is as far as like if I didn't know this group of people, I would just be like, why, you guys like work for like a Maserati dealership? Like, nah, dude, we're just, and then you start to explain yourself and it's just like nobody wants to hang out with us.
Because we named our friend this one thing and then it led to this other thing and then someone said this and we just say it
like,
a lot.
What do you guys do? Okay, so you guys are fucking insane. Like, yeah, totally.
Yeah. Well, you think people, like, we'd always have these, like, jerseys and stuff. And the best part about it is you'd have people sub, and they're like, same thing, right? So why are you guys the Maserati Ricks?
Bro? Like, why are you guys...
And it's like, at some point, we're just like, it's just not worth you knowing. Don't worry about it. You'll think it's stupid.
You're not going to be long around, you know, enough to just understand. Shut up, take the jersey, let's play. Here's a glove, Jerry.
Well, the year I played with Dave, well, a couple of years I played with Dave and Levati, we were Grand Slam Your Mom was the name of our team. But we did GSYM across our shirt, and it was a busty woman with a baseball bat swinging it. Right? So, but we didn't want to spend the money on all the words for Grand Slam Your Mom. So we just put so everyone called us Jism. They're like, what the fuck is... That was another thing. We always had to explain all of our names. All of our names.
Grand Slam Your Mom.
Yeah.
Yes, gastrointestinal... I got nothing.
People would try to guess it, you know, like you're playing a team and, you know, you're sitting on second base waiting for the guy to hit, and the guy's like, hey, we've been trying to figure out what that means. I'm like, what do you think it means? So that's what I'd say. Like,
Wait,
what do you think? Take a guess. Take a guess. No one ever got it. But, yeah, those were some interesting days. That's another fun thing to do was play softball in your 20s. But now, I don't think so.
No, I don't want to run anywhere unless it's, like, kind of for... I don't know. I don't want to do it.
And there's just so many douchebags and the times suck. And it's like, I'm good, man. Like, I was talking to one of the dads who is on part of the basketball team with Jay, right? And I'm like, I would love to do, like, a very light church league. Like once or twice a month we play a game, you know, just like light running, half court. I can do that, but dude, there is no light softball. These guys act like they're fucking just in the MLB, which is ridiculous. You're paying a guy to ump you to play women's slow pitch softball. Stop. I don't care how hard you can hit a softball. It's a lobbed ball.
It's that best of...
Trust me.
Dude, it's that best of both worlds, and you know it too, right? Like, it's softball, right?
Oh my
and then
God.
there's these dudes. It's like, but softball can be played by outer-shaped people, just like baseball. So it's like, I still got a chance, bro. I can still make it. Like, well...
It's like softball players and bowling people are the same thing. Softball... There's just bowlers that hang out outside. Yep. It's the same shit,
that's a good
dude.
one. I like that, actually.
And I just can't find anything organized that's like light again where it's not serious, because that's what killed me. It's like you don't have to get super injured running the bases and going nuts and making diving plays. Like, you just don't be a douchebag.
Right? Like, hey, Jerry, you make like 60 a year. What are you doing, man? You trying to destroy yourself?
And we had a couple guys when we were serious about it come sub for us. And I remember, I mean, he's my age now, and he's like, listen, I'm going to rip this fucking thing. He goes, but it don't matter where I hit that ball, it's a single. I'm like, fair enough. He's like, I'm not running it out and blowing my knees out. And unfortunately, during our championship game, that's how he got hurt. He ripped it, and he ran, and he turned second, and he tore his ACL.
He got too excited, which I get. But like,
he did, but I told him, like, I get it. Whatever you hit, it's a single. I'm not this guy who's like, you better run it out, kid, or you're getting benched. Like, fucking... Thanks for covering my 6'10" softball game at Liberty Park.
You gotta go to work tomorrow, dude. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
And a free meal?
That's another thing for a trophy. Trophy or some bullshit. So, yeah, it puts it all into perspective, I guess, when you get a little bit older. But then I think there were so many guys that I was playing with in their late 30s and early 40s where it's like, What are you doing, man? Like, just people, you don't have friends, do you?
Living the dream, bro.
That's what you do all day?
Living the dream.
Living the dream. Well, anyways, I'll let the dream expire for a moment because we've been at this for a good old hour now, and I can't thank you enough for hopping on. This was an absolute blast. We got to go down nostalgia lane of Tigers, the Lions, and how we look at the team now. It's nice to hear from another local perspective. I forgot to mention, bullshit, ex-musician. You're still a musician. Your music is the music that we use for the theme song. So thanks, LeSage.
Thank you.
Go check your shit out on YouTube. We're probably out on SoundCloud too.
And all the streaming services.
All the streaming bullshit. So, like him, like I said, subscribe to this motherfucker. Like this thing. Tell all your friends. Force them, because once the season hits, man, we're going to be doing some crazy shit with the live broadcasting, the live streaming. We'll be live streaming for the Hall of Fame game. We'll be getting on pre-game Lions, post-game Lions.
Make the list.
It's going to be nuts, baby.
You don't want to make the list, do
It's
you?
going to be nuts.
You don't want to make the list. I digress. It's been fun. Thank you, Mark, for having me. Hitch, wherever you are,
Well,
I'll fucking find you, man.
I'll find you. He's probably hiding in some naval base.
It's all right. He's giving me an air hug right now. I'm just going to give him one. He's in a naval base.
He's in a naval base. I think that's just where he's
doing
at. I'm telling
karate
you,
underground with Hunter Biden somewhere.
That's exactly what he does. Okay, thank you. You're not the only one that knows that. So I've had this theory that every Monday he's been doing underground karate with Hunter Biden for at least 5 years now.
Smart ass. I knew he was.
Son of
Such a
bitch.
lot.
All right, I'm going to make some calls, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.